My husband and child are always fighting, and whenever I try to rescue or help, I only end up becoming the villain. What can I do about this? I am Riri Trivedi. I am a psychotherapist, a trainer, and a parenting coach. And today I am going to talk about a very important psychotherapy concept called the drama triangle. This is very, very important in dealing with relationships, whether it is a parent-child relationship or a husband-wife relationships or even friendships. So what is a drama triangle? I will first explain by sharing my own personal example. This is something that used to happen many years back when my daughter was a teenager and before I knew the concept of drama triangle. So typically, like any other family, what would happen is my teenage daughter will get into an argument with my husband and they will end up fighting, where my daughter will cry and scream and she will feel very, very angry, upset, and my husband is probably, scolding her or shouting at her, and I'm listening all of this happening from the other room. So quickly, as soon as I hear that there is a confrontation, I run to the rescue. When I see my daughter crying, I get triggered because I feel, oh my God, she's going through exactly what I go through, and hence I relate to her. So I would want to help her. So I would enter into their discussion, and now very soon, now the argument will happen between me and my husband. So he will start looking at me as a villain, where me and my daughter have ganged up against him. So he starts feeling like a victim, and at the end of that whole drama, I will go into the room and cry for 2 hours, feeling like a victim myself. So what happened here? I entered into that discussion seeing my daughter as a victim and I am trying to rescue her. At some point, my husband becomes a victim in his eyes and I will exit as a victim eventually. When I learnt about the drama triangles, what I did was I stopped entering the triangle as a rescuer, and trust me, within a few months, their entire conflict completely vanished and we never had to face this situation again. So let me today explain this whole concept of drama triangle. What is it? And how we can handle it. First of all, we must understand that whenever there are two people at conflict, usually psychologically one person is perceived as a persecutor or a bully or a challenger, and the second person who is engaging with that person is seeing himself or herself as a victim. The person who is a persecutor usually comes with the energy and attitude of, I know better, I have to fix this person. So that person would be controlling, authoritative, angry, maybe abusive, maybe violent, maybe very, very aggressive and bullying. The person who he or she engages with as a victim usually has a very victim mindset. So poor me, helpless me, I can't do anything, I can't stand up for myself, I'm always getting bullied, oh, I need somebody to help me. So there is a victim with a victim mindset and there is a persecutor with a persecutor mindset. When they are engaging into a hot discussion or an argument or a fight, this is when a third person who is a rescuer enters into the scene. The rescuer is usually a person who always likes to help other people. So this is a person whose entire self-worth and validation comes by rescuing people. So he or she believes that people can't survive if I don't rescue them. I will feel guilty. If I don't help people, I have to help people, and poor victim, he or she cannot do without me. If I don't rescue, this person is going to suffer. So the rescuer has a compulsive need to step into such situations and help out the person that is seen as a victim. Now, when the rescuer comes into the picture, the conflict which was between two people now becomes a triangle. So the entire conflict or the issue now starts moving on the three ends of the triangle without getting any resolution. And this is how such conflicts will continue all the time, over and over again, without any solution, because the persecutor and the victim will continue to get into these arguments and fights, and the rescuer will continue to rescue. Now, typically in the triangle, whoever enters as a rescuer will eventually be seen as a persecutor and will eventually exit as a victim. And the person who enters as a persecutor will also exit as a victim, and the victim is anyway the victim. So there is usually no solution out of such problems. The only solution is when the rescuer does not enter into the triangle in order to rescue. And this is very hard for the rescuers. But as I gave in my own example, when I did this, I could see amazing and a very quick change in the dynamics between my husband and my daughter. Now, as a rescuer, we obviously feel that the victim is helpless and needs help. And that is why we jump into rescue. But if at that time we hold ourselves back, we do not interfere and let the persecutor and victim sort it out, then most likely they will learn how to handle the conflict within themselves, how to manage each other without any external help. And that is when the problem will actually be resolved. Let us now understand the different roles or mindsets that each of the persons in the triangle have. So the rescuer or the savior usually is the person who comes with the mindset of, you need my help. I am okay, but you are not okay. Yeah. And this rescuer always has a need to support the victim, always has a need to help. And these are also most of the time people who love to be therapists or who could be coaches and mental health practitioners when they are operating in their personal lives as a rescuer. The victim is usually a person who comes with a mindset of, poor me, I am helpless, I'm not okay, everybody is after me. So the victim usually energetically comes with the feeling of being oppressed, hopeless, ashamed, powerless, incapable, and misunderstood. And he always looks for the rescuer. So even if the rescuer doesn't enter the drama triangle, the victim will make sure that he or she will drag the rescuer. Like my daughter, when I stopped, interfering in the fight, she would emotionally blackmail and say, oh, how can you see me suffer? Oh my God, you're not feeling anything. Come and help me. The victim will try very hard to get the rescuer or drag the rescuer into the drama triangle. The persecutor is usually the person who comes with the attitude of, it is your fault, you don't know any better, you have to do what I tell you. So this persecutor is usually a person who is very critical, who blames, who shames, and who is driven by a lot of anger, resentment, aggression, and is very dominating. So these are the three very typical roles. And this is very commonly seen in families. So sometimes it is the father, the son and the mother, or it is the two children and a parent. Sometimes it is the husband, the mother-in-law and the wife. So we see drama triangles everywhere in our life. It could also be in office where there are two friends who are fighting, or it could be a boss and a subordinate and another third person. Typically, the drama triangle gets formed because the persecutor and the victim do not want to confront their issues. They do not want to actually sit and solve the problem, and hence unconsciously they bring in the rescuer, so the problem keeps going in circles without any solutions. The only way out is if the rescuer stops his or her need to rescue. Yes, after the drama is over, the rescuer can separately coach the victim to stand up for himself or herself, to operate out of not a victim mode but a confident mode, and to express himself or herself and come out of the victim mode. And the persecutor can be separately coached to tone down, to listen to the other person and not be aggressive. But during the fight, during the drama, the rescuer should not enter the triangle, because that way the rescuer will not help, but in fact the rescuer will also exit feeling like a victim, feeling like he or she is the one who is suffering the most. Please, as identify the drama triangles in your life. If you are somebody who is seeing such triangles and entering as a rescuer, please do not do so. If you are a victim in a drama triangle and you always have a need for somebody to come and rescue you, then recognize that, take help and come out of the victim mode. If you are a persecutor, clearly you know that you need to tone down and do not victimize the other people. Usually persecutors are the one who do not even talk about the drama triangle, do not even take any help, because they usually think they know everything. The most effective way to dissolve a drama triangle is in the hands of the rescuer. If the rescuer does not rescue, then the triangle doesn't get formed. If the triangle doesn't get formed, clearly the problem will get resolved. The only exception is when there is physical violence. So yes, if you have two children fighting and one is clearly abusing or beating the other person, then you of course have to interfere and you have to separate them out. But this drama triangle is more from a psychological confrontations or psychological victimization and persecutors. So I hope this video was useful. Do recognize the drama triangles in your life. Let me know in the comments whether are you a rescuer or are you a victim. And if you are one, you know what you should do right now. Trust me, if you do not become the rescuer in a triangle, most of the time, the two people who are at conflict with eventually learn to resolve the conflict on their own. I hope you found this video useful and do try out as a rescuer to not rescue. If you are a rescuer, what might help is when the drama is going on, you might want to either go take a walk, take a deep breath and disconnect, read a book, or just step away from that space, go out, go to another room and stop your compulsive need to rescue. That's the only thing that will work, and separately later on coach the people if you feel the need to coach them. I hope you found this useful, and do let me know in the comments if you are a rescuer or a victim in your drama triangles. Also let me know which are the drama triangles that you see in your life, at work, at home, and let me know if you have been able to resolve them. If you like my video, do subscribe my channel, do like it for more such videos on parenting, relationships and mental health. And if you know of people in your life who are the rescuers, do not forget to send this video to them, and I'm sure it will be helpful.